Doesn't matter where you're from, it's running through your blood. Time to get loud, everybody buckle up. You waited, now you made it to the greatest show on earth. It's the Monster Jam. 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 Pittsburgh! When I say monster, you say jam. Monster. Monster. Yeah, when I say monster, you say jam. Monster. Monster. Let's ride. We got the green light. It's a party in the pit tonight. Let's go. This is how we roll on tires that are larger than life. Doesn't matter where you're from, it's running through your blood. Time to get loud, everybody buckle up. You waited, now you made it to the greatest show on earth. It's the Monster Jam. 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 Yeah. Pittsburgh, let me hear you. This is Monster Jam! Woo!
When I name it.
Pittsburgh, this is JCB Racing. 12 of our drivers have been seeded into the bracket, but 4 of our fastest drivers from our last event have an automatic advancement into round 2. But first up, 8 trucks go head to head to try to get in that second round. I need to hear you if you're ready for JCB Racing.
In a gray lane, former Monster Jam Rookie of the Year, Chris Kohler Mayhem.
And his opponent in the blue lane makes a noise for Mike Christensen, Vendetta. Scott, these two are 2-2 in head-to-heads this season. They're going to be battling it out here.
The rubber match, we're waiting for 2 ambers on the side of the track. They're staring at it. When the light goes green, they will take off. Start the JCB Racing competition.
We wait for the approach here of Mayhem as we get set to go racing. Your winner is Chris Kohler Mayhem.
Absolute brilliant race for both drivers. There's a big air across the finish line by about half a truck length. In that final corner, Mayhem turned on a dime, and Chris Kohler gets the win.
All right, he clocks in a time of 21.529. He'll be taking on Dalton Weiner, Jurassic Attack, in round 2. We're going to get set here for our next head-to-head matchup in round 1.
2019 World Finals High Jump Champion, Cynthia Gaultier, Lucas Stabilizer.
And her opponent racing out of the blue lane. Let's give it up for Kevin Crocker, Megalodon.
Cynthia got a racing win earlier this year in Indianapolis, her first career stadium racing win. Try to close it out with number 2 right here at Akron Stadium in Pittsburgh.
And it is Lucas Stabilizer, Cynthia Gauthier advancing on.
On the final turn for Lucas Stabilizer, Cynthia was able to take it a little too tight, corrected the truck, got the big air across the finish line, and Cynthia advances to round 2 against Camden Murphy Classroom Crusher.
She will get a time of 21.819 and advance on here into round 2.
In the gray lane, this is Bari Musauer in Zombie.
And racing out of the blue lane, this is Joe Foley, X.
For Bari, the series points race could end right here with the loss to Joe Foley in Axe. The pressure is on to advance to round 2 to face Tyler Menega in Gravedigger.
Statistically, though, Bari Musauer is 3-1 in head-to-heads against Joe Foley and Axe, so we will see how this plays out. Joe Foley playing a little head game there in the staging against Zombie. Zombie already staged as we await the approach of Axe.
Matchup for Joe Foley. He had Bari about the halfway point, but then just went a little too narrow, clipped the pod. Bari took advantage, and some big time air and a big time race for Bari Musauer.
A 21.387. It looks to be the fastest time of the night so far, and we will see that round 2 matchup we've been talking all night about here in trackside. Tyler Menega, Gravedigger, going up against Bari Musauer Zombie in round 2.
Out of the lane is 2-time World Finals champion Armando Castro, El Toro Loco.
And in the blue lane, a veteran Monster Jam driver, 2-time World Finals champion, it's Jim Kohler, Avenger.
It's the second meeting of the year between Armando and Jim. Armando took the first one, trying to make it 2 for 2 here to advance against Cole Stevens in Thunder Roars.
Armando Castro, El Toro Loco, 1-0 in head-to-heads here in this 2025 season as we await them to both be staged. Let's go green!
We're going to go to the Super Glue, glued to the action replay for this finish. Too close to call.
Both had really nice turns, really nice momentum throughout the run there. It is going to come down to this.
And right here, as they get close on the finish leg system, your winner, Armando Castro, El Toro Loco.
What a finish, and the fastest time of the night so far. He clocks in a time of 21.137.
Pittsburgh! This is round 2 of JCB Racing. Our fastest 4 drivers have made it to this round. Now they're going to compete against the 4 fastest drivers from the last event that we had. But oh boy, only 4 can make it to the semifinal round. Let me hear ya if you're ready for more JCB Racing.
The gray lane racing for Throttle Monster. It's Dalton Weiner, Jurassic Attack.
And advancing on into round 2 in the blue lane, we've got Chris Kohler and Mayhem. Now, Dalton Weiner, Jurassic Attack, comes in with a racing record of 30-16. 1-1 in head-to-head, Scott, here as we get set to see who goes on.
Former Arena Racer of the Year, former Rising Star going up against a Rookie of the Year as well. Big-time matchup between 2 of the best young drivers in the sport to kick off JCB Racing round number 2.
We'll advance on into the semifinal round as we await the arrival of Mayhem. It's time to go racing!
We're going to head to the replay once again. Super glued to the action replay. We will call the finish right here. Another close one. Final push here across the ramp. There's the jump. There's the finish line. And Jurassic Attack gets the win. Dalton Weiner advancing to the semis.
He crosses the finish line with a time of 21.548. Keep in mind, times will be crucial for lane choice as we move on through this round 2 bracket.
Laying out of Itasca, Illinois, is Camden Murphy, Classroom Crusher.
And in the advancing on into round 2, we got Cynthia Gauthier, Lucas Stabilizer.
Camden's had the advantage so far this season against Cynthia 4-1, trying to make it 5-1. As we continue on with round 2, we've seen Dalton Weiner, Jurassic Attack take the first spot in the semis. 3 more up for grabs. Classroom Crusher or Lucas Stabilizer will join Dalton in round 3.
So our fans, Scott, have to keep in mind that either the winner of this race will have to get a time faster than 21.548 in order to receive lane choice against Dalton Weiner and Jurassic Attack. So that is something on the minds right now of Camden Murphy and Lucas Stabilizer as well.
Camden Murphy, a great racer throughout his career this season. No different, 30-18 with 2 racing wins.
Camden Murphy, though, in Classroom Crusher had some issues getting into the introductions here of Monster Jam, and you can see our JCB dirt equipment is out right now. It does not look good right now for Classroom Crusher.
You know, I may have jinxed him by picking him to win the overall event championship, so we couldn't see Camden Murphy in the intros. He did make it out of the track, and now we'll see what the update is. Cynthia Gauthier awaits on the blue pod to see if she's going to take on Camden Murphy or another driver. So this could be a crucial thing here in round 3 of the JCB semifinals.
Monster Jam fans, I am here in the stands with Bree because we're going to have a little bit of fun in the stands. I mean, that's what we do here at Monster Jam, all right? So, Bree, who are you here with this evening?
This is my son, Trip.
Son Trip, and hey, Trip, see you're celebrating a birthday. That's really cool. Okay, I have a really cool prize. $50 gift certificate to Texas Roadhouse Steakhouse. Yeah, does that sound good? But nothing comes for free. You got to try to win it. You down for that?
Sure. Yep.
Okay, so let's see how well you know your Monster Jam trucks. We're going to play Name That Truck. All right, let's put it up on the Monster Jam screen. And this is how it's going to work. Try to guess the truck before it's over. And everybody here, try to help her out if you can.
What is it, Trip?
I see teeth.
Megalodon.
Say it a little bit louder.
Megalodon.
She says it's Megalodon. Is she right? Bree is right. Megalodon, name that truck. $50 gift certificate to Texas Roadhouse. Enjoy those rolls. My favorite.
Take a look at the video board right now. You can scan that QR code and you can get a free appetizer tonight after the event. Head over to Texas Roadhouse. Once again, scan to receive a free appetizer. Of course, download as well the app to Texas Roadhouse.
So we see Jim Kohler, Avenger, now pulling up to the blue pod. Interesting that Cynthia Gauthier drives around the track, gets into the gray lane now, pushes Jim over to the blue side. So we got a great matchup between Jim and Cynthia. Cynthia 2-0 this season against Avenger.
I wonder what is going through the minds right now of Cynthia Gauthier, because that is a strategic move. If I were her, I'm already staged in the blue lane. I'm already looking at the blue lane. For her to move, do you think that's going to be a good sign?
Obviously, it is for her, and maybe driver preference. We'll see how the gray lane works out as we continue on the racing bracket here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. It's a continuation of round 2 of JCB Racing.
Those 18 lights lit outside. Yellow lights means our drivers need to fire ahead to the starting line. 2 yellow lights means they're staged and ready to go. Looks like Lucas Stabilizer still trying to feel it out as we get set to go green.
What a race for Cynthia Gauthier. Jim Kohler started coming in too hard on that berm and then just kept going, trying to play catch up right. Watch it. Jim Kohler just comes in too hot. Right over, does it. Over on the side, on the hood, and Avenger is done. Lucas Stabilizer advancing. So Cynthia Gauthier, that move for her paid off in a big way, and she's going to advance to the semifinals to take on Jurassic Attack and Dalton Widener.
The fastest time of the night so far, 21.097. What a run. She will have lane choice here coming in the semifinal rounds. We're going to go and throw it over to Casey G, who's in the stands. Casey, what's going on right now?
Well, I know that the Classroom Crusher team is really frustrated. I just saw crew chief Shane Beto. I said, Shane, what is going on? He said they were dealing with some electrical issues on the truck just a little bit ago. They took it to the back in the pits, and he said that the truck fired. It was running great. Nothing was wrong. And when they brought Classroom Crusher out here to do his race pass, it was kind of funky. They were dealing with some issues out here on the track, and so they just decided, hey, we need to take it to the back, and we're going to try to figure it out before we get into the skills challenge and, of course, freestyle. So definitely a bummer for the Classroom Crusher team. We know that those electrical issues, especially after a couple of weeks where we saw rain, we know that moisture and electrical issues do not go hand in hand. So that could be some of the issues that we're seeing after the last couple of weeks. We'll keep you updated on Classroom Crusher as the night progresses.
Thank you so much, Casey, for that update. You can see the official JCB Racing bracket up on the video board. Jurassic Attack will be taking on Lucas Stabilizer there in the semifinal round, with Lucas Stabilizer having lane choice.
Yeah, one thing to notice there, she was about a half a second faster than Dalton Widener. She switched over to that gray lane. I would imagine she's going to stay there in the semifinals and bring Dalton over to the blue lane. He ran the last round, so she's going to probably push him over there and try to continue to take advantage of this lane choice. But this track's starting to really take out the trucks here. That blue lane, we're going to continue to monitor that. Again, Avenger just coming into the berm, try to correct it, had to play catch up, which meant he went into that far side corner a little too fast, right by the APAC. We know Jim loves the APAC, but not like that.
Absolutely, and I know for Jim Kohler and Avenger, this must be really frustrating because he was doing so well. He had that little hiccup. It looked like he had gained some speed, some momentum. I thought he was actually going to take this win, but just ended up on the lid there for that last turn here in JCB Racing.
We're about halfway through this round. We still have 2 great matchups left, including the series points race between Grave Digger and Zombie. That is coming up. If Tyler Menego wins this, he could very well put this thing away after skills. If Bari wins this race, Bari immediately becomes the series points leader.
It's going to be exciting to watch here, and we'll watch how this unfolds as they are going to get set here to get staged. This is the race of the night, Pittsburgh. Everyone watching on YouTube, this is going to set the precedence for the rest of the night.
So Tyler Menega does pick that gray lane over there. Bari in the blue lane. We'll see if Bari has better luck than Jim Kohler did. Lane choice, a huge factor here. This is not just a race of the night. This is the race of the year, and it could all come down to this next green light. Out of Oskaloosa, Iowa, two-time World Finals champion, Tyler Menega, Gravedigger.
And in the blue lane, advancing on into round 2, we got Bari Musauer Zombie. Now, Bari Musauer Zombie has a little taste of the track, but not in the blue lane, so we'll see how he fares out here as both yellow lights are for our drivers here as they get staged and ready to the starting line. 6-1 advantage to Gravedigger as we get set to go racing! Your winner is Gravedigger!
The blue lane strikes again. Bari had to immediately correct his truck coming down the first ramp. He clipped the pod. You cannot give Tyler Menega any advantage at all. And Tyler Menega extends his points lead.
Let's take a look at that time right now here in just a moment as we take a look at the Super Glue Glue to the Action replay. Fastest time of the night so far, 20.940 for Gravedigger.
In the gray lane, two-time World Finals champion, Cole Stevens, Thunderoris.
And in the blue lane, advancing on into round 2, we got Armando Castro, El Toro Loco.
Again, lane choice a factor. Cole Stevens staying over there in that gray lane. Armando Castro now in the blue lane. Final race of round 2. Winner moves on to meet Tyler Menega, Gravedigger in the semifinal round.
They must get the winner of this race must get a time faster than 20.940 in order to receive lane choice as these two get ready to battle it out here. El Toro Loco is 4-2 against Thunderoris this season. Your winner is Thunderoris!
Cole Stevens with absolute dynamite control on that run. Ran into a few bumps on the far side step-up ramp as well as on the pod. And right here on the finish, Cole Stevens moving on to the semifinal round.
Thunderoris will clock in a time of 21.029, but lane choice will go to Gravedigger, and I'm assuming he is going to pick that gray lane, which is being favored by all of our racers here tonight.
Monster Jam fans, this is the semifinal round of JCB Racing. Our fastest 4 drivers have made it to this round, but only 2 can make it to the final round. You guys ready for more JCB Racing? Let me hear ya! Yeah!
All right, Pittsburgh, who thinks Lucas Stabilizer is going to win?
And we've got Jurassic Attack, Dalton Winder here in the blue lane. They're going to get set to see who will move on to your JCB Racing final round. 12 points are on the line.
Dalton 3-1 on the year against Cynthia. We'll see if the blue lane can get him into the final round. We're going to go to the original Super Glue, Glue to the Action replay. Another tight race here. It was a great step-up ramp, giving Cynthia Gauthier some trouble. Dalton Wider trying to turn on the jets, accelerate across the finish line. And here is that photo finish. Unbelievably close, 21.567. Your winner, Cynthia Gauthier, Lucas Stabilizer.
What an amazing race between these two racers here as Lucas Stabilizer sees herself into the JCB Racing final round.
Pittsburgh, who thinks Gravedigger's gonna win?
And in the blue lane there, we've got Thunder Auroras and Colt Stevens ready to battle it out between Gravedigger and Thunder Auroras. Thunder Auroras, though, could spoil some points here for Gravedigger if he's able to capture the win here in the semifinal round.
Tyler Medica 6-2 on the season against Colt Stevens. Take a look at that pod here that Thunder Auroras is coming up to. Absolutely leveled in the berm as well on this blue side, taking some hits. We got one more race to go here before our final round. Pittsburgh, are you ready?
Your winner is Gravedigger!
Sometimes slow is fast. Tyler Medica, Gravedigger slowed down a little bit on the final corner to make sure he got the win. And that comes right off the ramp. Colt Stevens gave it his best shot. Tyler Medica advancing to the final round.
Clocks in another fast time of the night, 20.933. Fastest time of the night and lane choice will go to Tyler Medica and Gravedigger in your JCB finals.
Pittsburgh, this is the final round of JCB Racing. Our fastest two drivers have made it to this round, but only one driver can take home the first 12 points of the evening. Let me hear you if you're ready to meet your final contenders.
In the gray lane out of Oskaloosa, Iowa, two-time World Finals champion, Tyler Meninka, Gravedigger.
Racing out of the blue lane, she is your 2019 World Finals High Jump World Champion from Quebec, Canada. It's Cynthia Gauthier, Lucas Stabilizer.
This is not an easy matchup for Tyler Meninga. Two of Tyler's 13 racing round losses this season have come at the hands of Cynthia Gauthier. She has given him fits all season long, and now she tries to overcome Gravedigger one more time to take her second career stadium racing championship.
If anybody can do it, Cynthia definitely is the woman that can here as they get lined up here as we get set to go racing. Pittsburgh, your JCB Racing winner is Tyler Meninga, Gravedigger.
Tyler Meninga with another perfect racing pass. Take a look at the original Super Glue Blue to the action replay off the ramp. Gravedigger getting it done. The biggest racing competition perhaps of his career. Tyler Meninga gets the win.
21.203 and 12 big points belong to Tyler Menega and Gravedigger. For him here, this is a fantastic start to what could be possibly his 7th Series Seasons championship.
Once again, give it up for your JCB Racing winner, Tyler Menega, Gravedigger.
Tyler, there was so much hype surrounding that round 2 race between you and Zombie. Talk to us about how you remained calm. You won that race, then you carried that energy through the racing bracket to snag this very important victory.
You know what? It all started yesterday in practice, laying down the fastest time yesterday and not pushing it as hard as I could. I knew I had more left in that tank. I didn't give him a false positive. It's a feel the track out kind of deal yesterday, but I had a feeling that I was going to be unstoppable here in racing tonight. But I got to know, it's the first time ever, Pittsburgh. Are you guys having a blast so far?
Well, with that victory, you have a 5-point lead in the chase for the series championship. What are you going to do in the skills challenge? Is the combination king going to come out here and do his thing to hopefully further that gap in the chase for the championship?
Absolutely. You know what? We're kind of on house money right now, I feel like, as long as the truck stays together. But I can promise you one thing. I'm going last. Save your votes, because I'm going to do some of the craziest stuff that you've ever seen in your life. I can't wait. Pittsburgh, if you're ready for Gravedigger tonight, let me hear ya!
Congratulations to Tyler Menega and Gravedigger. Take a look at the super glued to the action replay.
Into the berm goes Tyler Menega. Gravedigger comes out faster from start to finish. Gravedigger won that race. And here are your current updated season point standings. So with the win, Tyler cushions his lead more with a 5-point lead heading into the skills competition.
He also takes the lead here in the chase for the BKT Overall Event Championship here tonight as well. So Tyler Menega and Gravedigger taking that 5-point lead into the skills challenge. And Scott, that is not a comfortable lead by any means.
Monster Jam fans, we are having so much fun here in the stands. I'm here with Jasmine and Wesley. How you doing? You enjoy Monster Jam? Yeah, he definitely is. All right. I got something really cool for you. We're going to play Truckin' Pals by Monster Jam, okay? It's going to be really cool. Let's put it up on the board. We have, let's see who we have, El Toro Loco, Gravedigger, and Megalodon. Which one are you rooting for?
El Toro Loco.
El Toro Loco. How about you, Wesley? I think he said Gravedigger. All right. Yeah, okay, well, Gravedigger. Let's run the mini jams. Let the races begin. Oh boy, El Toro Loco in the lead. Who's it gonna be, Pittsburgh? It's a close one. Oh, it is Gravedigger. How awesome is that? You know what? I got something really cool for you. Wesley, I have a Megalodon RC for you. So cool, right? Yes, Megalodon. You get that for winning mini jams. How cool was that, right? Pretty cool. You guys can get your own Spin Master wherever you buy your toys.
Well, our next competition coming up will be the Monster Jam Skills Challenge. This is where our drivers, Scott, will have to test their skills there on two wheels.
Yeah, it's one of the best competitions when it comes to driver skill level and seeing some of the amazing things they can do. A few years back, we didn't have the skills competition. Since its inception, we have seen drivers really reinvent the wheel, defy physics, defy logic, defy gravity, and do some amazing things.
Well, we will wait to see what our drivers are going to throw down, but to take a little inside look at what some of these moves might be, take a look at the video board. Well, Scott, you know, Camden Murphy, the driver of Classroom Crusher, was talking about how important St. Jude Children's Research Hospital is, and this is just a reminder to let all these fans know that they can scan the QR code right now and donate.
That's right. They can join us. You can also support your favorite driver and donate on their behalf by scanning that QR code that's up on the video board right now and join us in this incredible fight to get a cure for childhood cancer. St. Jude, as Camden mentioned earlier, is here to make sure no family has to pay a single bill. All they have to do is be together, love each other, and that's what makes St. Jude such an amazing organization.
So scan that QR code and you can donate on behalf of one of your favorite drivers. What will happen is during Freestyle, we'll let you know who the winner is of that kind of St. Jude Ambassador of the Night. So we'll see and we'll kind of tabulate who's getting the votes or who's getting the donations there for our drivers here. Such a great cause, St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Don't forget to donate right now.
Monster Jam fans, a reminder to follow us on social media. Oh boy, we're on TikTok, Instagram, and we are on Facebook, YouTube as well. I saw a lot of YouTubers on the Monster Jam feed watching live. I want to see a lot of W's in that comment section. Oh boy, and check this out, Pittsburgh. If you use the hashtag when you post Monster Jam, you can end up on the Monster Jam video board. We're going to be posting your pictures up all event long. Follow us at Monster Jam.
Our next competition is the Monster Jam Skills Challenge, and this is where our drivers will throw down their best tricks on just two wheels. And of course, you, the fans, will have their first opportunity to use judgeszone.com. We're going to throw it to Jabari in the stands to let us know how that's all going to happen.
Oh yeah, most definitely you, the fans, are going to help score this next competition, the next two, in fact, and I'm going to show you how to do that right now. Everybody take out your cell phones. Go to your browsers and head to judgeszone.com. Judgeszone.com on your browser. We also have this QR code. You can scan that. That will also take you to judgeszone.com. Now, what's going to come up next is your city code. Your city code is PIT. PIT. Did I say the P hard enough? P-R-I-T, excuse me. Okay, once you put that in, you're going to see the BKT tire. Now, this is where all the action happens. Either myself or Scott or Kay will let you know when scoring is open. You guys will have 20 seconds to lock in those scores. You're going to move the BKT tire into the green to score the highest or down into the red to score low. 20 seconds is all it takes to get it in. Judgeszone.com. You guys ready for more Monster Jam? Pittsburgh, let me hear you. Come on. Yeah.
Our first competitor out of Ogden, Utah, it's Mike Christensen in Vendetta.
Let's hear it for Mike Christensen, Vendetta. Right now is your chance, Pittsburgh. Judgeszone.com. Let's lock in those scores. 20 seconds.
Mike Christensen gets one attempt here with the donut. You got 1,500 horsepower working overtime on 12,000 pounds. Finds a great center of gravity there, back into the truck down. You want to see that wheel up in the front, round and round and round. Speed, accuracy, style, number of revolutions all going into that score for Vendetta.
Usually he goes for that slap wheelie first, but it's a surprise here with the donut. And the scores are locked. Let's take a look at the video board. Your score for Vendetta, you gave him a 6.613. We're going to move on to our second competitor to hit the track. It's Kevin Crocker, Megalodon. The reverse popper there into just setting it back down. One more attempt left.
Let's hear it for Kevin Crocker, Megalodon. 20 seconds on the clock. JudgesZone.com. Lock in those scores, Pittsburgh.
Attempt number one comes in with a reverse popper, gets it right back on the shark fin, then vertical sky wheelie, gets that truck all the way up there off that step up. So two successful attempts there for Kevin Crocker and Megalodon. Great stick in the landing.
We're going to wait your official scores here at JudgesZone.com. Remember the score to beat right now, Vendetta 6.613. Scores are in. Your score for Vendetta is... You gave him a 6.482. Good enough to put him in second.
Our next competitor out of Leicester, Massachusetts, Joe Foley in Axe.
Looks like he's lining up here for the potential slap wheelie, something we've seen so many times here this season. Triple bounce combination in the slap wheelie can continue it on. One more attempt remaining, a little different variation on this slap wheelie for Axe.
Well, let's hear it for Joe Foley, Axe. Scoring is now open. JudgesZone.com. Lock in those scores. Your city code is PIT.
Complete control of the truck here. Axe with a 4 slap wheelie combo. One of the best combos I've seen all year. Continues to catch the truck while the BKTs pick it back up. Goes for the bicycle here. Gets it on the sidewalls. Looks for the stoppie. And just comes up a little short here. Right on the sidewalls right here. Going to try to spin out of it. But just too far over. And can't quite make it up. But great slap wheelie combo. Let's hear it for Joe Foley and Axe.
Scores are locked in. Your score to beat right now, Vendetta 6.613. Pittsburgh, your score for Axe X is... You put him in the first spot right now, 7.984.
Well, this team is currently ahead in the chase for the series championship by 5 points. It is Team Gravedigger, and I've got crew chief for Gravedigger right here, Matt Gahn. Matt, you and I talked earlier about how this season has come with some challenges and rear steer issues on that truck for literally months in first quarter, but when it really counted, it sounds like that truck is running pristine out there on the track.
Yeah, finally, it feels like we're finally getting this truck where it needs to be. The last few weeks, it's finally felt like we were back rolling, back ready to really do our normal stuff. Me and Tyler finally feeling comfortable with the truck, and honestly, the sky's the limit here. We're pretty excited for the rest of the show here. Hopefully, Tyler can come out in skills competition and do something spectacular, and then come out in freestyle. We can just burn the house down for the night.
In the pits this year, I saw you swap out the ball switch on that truck so many times, other components on the hydraulic system, the toggle switch. Is it just so frustrating for as a crew chief to not be able to figure out what the issue is on the truck?
And that whole problem with the rear steer ended up boiling down to 4 connections that were right out at the rear steer handle. I actually didn't even find the issue. Other people helped me really come through and stuff like that. It's just, honestly, sometimes these issues just get so much in your head that you have such a hard time finding them. So it's really a truly team effort. Everybody comes together, we work on each other's stuff, and we just try to help each other out.
Beautifully said, and I love that story of perseverance. Well, Matt, thank you so much. We're going to get back to the action, and tonight we are seeing history being made as we are crowning a series champion here in Pittsburgh.
We're going to continue on with our next driver up, Chris Kohler, Mayhem. Pops the back end off the the backflip ramp. Turning those back tires left and right into the nose wheelie. A little bit of a stopper there. One more attempt remaining.
Let's hear it for Chris Kohler in Mayhem. 20 seconds on the clock. Lock in those scores right now, judgeszone.com.
Chris Kohler getting 2 attempts in there, ends up on the hood of Mayhem as he went for that bicycle, trying to get a back-to-back bicycle. Here's the original Super Glue to the action replay. Gets right up on the trench box of Mayhem, moonwalk. Gets it right out where he wants it into that nose wheelie formation, crab walking it, sets it down, catches it into reverse right away, shifts it back into a moonwalk. Then here is the bicycle attempt. Gets a great angle on those BKT tires, attempts to get up onto the sidewalls, tries to spin it out here, avoid that pod, gets right into another bicycle, and then goes over on the second attempt.
Scores are locked in. Your score to beat from Axe is the score of 7.984. Your score,
for Mayhem is... We got a new leader, 8.391 for Mayhem.
Landon, Maverick, and Aubrey. Monster Jam fans, I'm here with Maverick, Landon, and Aubrey. Oh boy. I got a really cool treat for these guys. You guys are going to win a video game. It's the Monster Jam Showdown. But since you're siblings, you got to battle it out by doing rock, paper, scissors. Best out of 3 wins. You ready, Landon? You ready, Aubrey? Let's do it. First round. Oh, tie. Up. Okay, that's 1. Keep going. Best out of 3. Okay. Okay. Oh, there you go. Landon got this. PS5 Monster Jam Showdown. Beautiful people, you can get this where you get your video games. Brand new. I have a couple more to give away. I'll see you guys out there in the stands. You guys ready for more Monster Jam? Yeah, let's get it.
Take a look at the video board. This is where we stand right now in our skills challenge. Chris Kohler, Mayhem is the score to beat. And of course, Axe, Vendetta, Megalodon rounding things out. Of course, on deck, we still have Classroom Pressure, Zombie, and many more to continue on.
Next up, it is 2-time World Finals Freestyle Champion, Jim Kohler, Avenger.
Well, let's hear it for Jim Kohler, Avenger. Wow, what did you think about Jim Kohler's run? Let us know. JudgesZone.com. Scoring is open.
There's your original Super Glue to the act. Replay popper onto the pod. Tries to sit down. Ends up coming up onto the face of that ramp and ends up right into that pod. Avenger buried into the pod, but he did get the popper and he did get the moonwalk on the back combo.
It happened so fast, I wasn't even able to call it in real time, Scott. So for Jim Kohler and Avenger, unfortunately, that will be his only attempt here. But that means you still can judge at JudgesZone.com. Get those scores locked in. Remember, move that BKT tire up or down to the score you think our competitors deserve. The most important part is you gotta click submit. Scores are locked in. Let's see that score for Avenger. You give him a 5.814. Well, this team is just 5 points behind the lead for the chase for the series championship. It is Team Zombie. We've got crew chief for Zombie right here, Julian Ramos. Julian, after racing, you came up from the track, you passed me and you said, Casey, it's a chess game. Meaning like sometimes in the competition you're ahead, sometimes you're behind, but talk to us about how you don't let that stress you out. You don't get ahead of yourself and you just remain calming and move forward.
You just got to remain calm. It's easy. It's easy. With my buddy Matt over there, we just go back and forth all the time. Menenga and Bari all the time go back and forth. It's just you just got to stay calm and relax. It's a chess game.
Well, you know, I think often we ask the drivers, we say, hey, I know maybe you're stressed or maybe you feel the heat or a little pressure when you're out there on the track, but I want to turn that question over to you. With so much hype surrounding today's event, have you felt the pressure? Is there some nerves involved there?
No, there's not really any pressure. It's just another show. We're gonna get this over with and go home.
I want to ask you too, this year that truck, the Zombie truck, has been so solid out on the track. What has been your secret to success, making sure that truck is always competition ready?
Go over your basic maintenance. I'm sorry. You just go over your basic maintenance. make sure everything's perfect, everything's tight, and just keep it tight. Keep a tight truck.
Beautifully said. Well, we'd like for you to do the honors and introduce the next truck because you're repping it right here. Who's coming up?
Barry Moosauer's Zombie!
Wow, let's hear it for Barry Moosauer, Zombie. What did you think of that run? Let us know, judgeszone.com. Scoring is open.
Barry Moosauer, Zombie with the series on the line, coming up big, and I do mean big right here. Perfectly executed sky wheelie, greases the back two wheels, goes right back to it again, comes off a little to the left, hits that pod, pops a BKT tire, but gets the biggest air of the night so far. But you gotta wonder if anything else on that truck is damaged for Freestyle. We will find out at halftime, but right now, Barry with two beautiful sky wheelies in the skills competition.
Lucky for them, they have some time on their hands for his crew chief, Julian, to get that fixed. Your scores are locked in. Your score to beat right now, Mayhem 8.391. Let's see where you put Barry Moosauer and Zombie. Ooh, 7.855. Good enough to put him in third.
Monster Jam fans up here in the stands having so much fun. Wow. You guys y'all having some fun? Let me hear you say, oh yeah. That's what I'm talking about. It's time to spin the Monster Jam wheel. This is how it works. We're going to put up a Monster Jam wheel on the video board. Whatever it lands on, that's the thing we're going to do. All right. Let's see. First one's up. Flex cam. I need everybody on the camera right now. If you want to be on the Monster Jam video board, let's see you flex. Oh yeah. Thanks so much for playing the Flex Cam. Now, Pittsburgh, if you're ready for more Monster Jam, let me hear you scream.
Our next driver up, it is Cameron Murphy, Classroom Crusher. more attempt remaining here for Classroom Crusher with a great combination move there.
Let's hear it for Camden Murphy, Classroom Crusher. 20 seconds on the clock, judgeszone.com. Lock in those scores, Pittsburgh.
Classroom Crusher right here, big popper up onto the pod. Then Camden Murphy goes to work, moonwalks it down, hits that same dip that did Avenger in, nails the landing, keeps the moonwalk going, gets it back over that car stack, and finally lands it.
We don't see the bicycle attempt, that second attempt there from Classroom Crusher much during the 2025 season, so that is an attempt that he tried here for the second time. Scores are locked in. Your score for Classroom Crusher is... All right, you gave him an 8.129, good enough to put him in second.
Our next event out of Whittier, California, it's Armando Castro, El Toro Loco.
Popper into the nose wheelie. Now you can see him putting that strain on the front of those BKT tires. One more attempt remaining for Armando Castro, El Toro Loco. Nose wheelie off the ski jump. Continues to walk it forward.
Let's hear it for Armando Castro, El Toro Loco. Scoring is open, judgeszone.com. Let us know what you think. You got 20 seconds.
Armando Castro starts it off with a popper right into a nose wheelie. There's smoke coming out of the nose of El Toro Loco. Then he goes back again, this time off that ski jump. Hits it again, showing you why he is the reigning World Final Skills Champion. It's Armando Castro, El Toro Loco.
All right, your scores are in. Your score to beat still Mayhem 8.391. Let's see that score for El Toro Loco. We got a new leader, 8.444. Any surprises to you up there, Scott, that we're seeing right now in the skills challenge?
I got to say, Zombie right now sitting in 5th. It was 2 big sky wheelies. I thought the score could have been a little higher for him, and this could, again, very well cost him the Series Points Championship if he continues to tumble down with a few trucks remaining. But El Toro Loco, again, Armando Castro showing everybody here in Pittsburgh why he is the reigning Skills Challenge champion. And it'd be great to see him back in Salt Lake City to try and defend that title again, because he really is one of the best in the business.
Our next driver up, it is Dalton Widener, Jurassic Attack. The steering wheel is already out. No steering wheel being used right now in the making of this combination. The rear steer definitely in play right now. Can he make it back up the ski jump?
Let's hear for Dalton Widener, Jurassic Attack. 20 seconds. That's how much time you have. Let's lock in those scores. JudgesZone.com.
Dalton Widener right off the ski jump into a nose wheelie, moonwalks it back. Tries to go for wheelie combo there. Then the Widener wheel comes out the window, chucks it out of the truck, and then goes to work once again into a beautiful nose wheelie. Crab walks it, no steering wheel at all. Keeps control, gets it back up onto the ramp, and a great attempt there for Dalton Widener, Jurassic Attack.
So we're going to go straight to the scores here for Dalton Widener, Jurassic Attack, and you gave him an 8.086, good enough to sit in 4th. So a couple different scenarios right now that we're playing out right now. We've got Jurassic Attack 8.086 in 4th right now. But Scott, we're learning that these next couple of drivers, if they are ahead of Barbie Sauer and Zombie and Gravedigger and Tyler Meninga can take the win, we might be crowning a winner right after skills.
And how many skills competitions has we seen Tyler win in his career? A lot. So the pressure is on right now. He can put it away here. Out of Houston, Texas, this is two-time World Finals champion, Cole Stevens, Thunder Roras.
Let's hear it for Colt Stevens, Thunder Roars. Scoring is open, judgeszone.com. Let's see what you think. You got 20 seconds.
Colt Stevens gets off with a stoppie here. Stops in front of BKT tires right in its place on the dirt. Then moonwalks his way back up over that ramp. Sets off for BKT's down. Goes for a sky wheelie. Straight up vertical, 90-degree angle of the truck. Bounces it down. Gets that wheelie bar underneath the front two BKTs as well. Swings it down. Lands it perfectly. And 2 great attempts for Colt Stevens.
Scores are in. 7.459 is the score for you, the fans there. For Thunder Roars, puts him in the 7th spot. Our next driver up is Cynthia Gauthier, Lucas Stabilizer.
Make some noise for Cynthia Gauthier, Lucas Stabilizer. Judgeszone.com is the place to be. 20 seconds. Let's lock in those scores.
Second donut of the competition, Cynthia Gauthier finds that spot, roots the Pittsburgh dirt all over the track, keeps that low center of gravity back out of that truck down, and round goes Lucas Stabilizer. Powerful donut for the former World Finals high jump champion.
We are awaiting her scores right now, but take a look at this. Because Thunder Roars got a lower score than Zombie, Zombie is still in the chase for the championship. We will not be crowning a Series Seasons champion after Skills Challenge. So it is going to come down to freestyle. And with that, your scores are locked in for Lucas Stabilizer. Your score is a 6.887 for Lucas Stabilizer, puts her in 8th.
Our final competitor out of Oskaloosa, Iowa, is Tyler Menninga, Gravedigger! The nice little bounce puts him back into a popper. Brief pause into a stoppie as well. Continues on the combination run. One more attempt remaining here for Gravedigger.
Let's hear it for Tyler Miniga, Gravedigger. Wow. Let us know what you think. JudgesZone.com, 20 seconds. Lock in those scores, Pittsburgh.
Tyler Meniga putting on a clinic right now. He is up on the truck. Show him some love. Tyler Meniga, Gravedigger. You got to see a bicycle turn into a cyclone break dance ending there for Gravedigger.
He is driving like he wants that 7th Series Seasons championship here. Scores are in. El Toro Loco is your score to be 8.444. Pittsburgh, show me that score. 9.682. Your winner on Monster Jam Skills, Tyler Miniga, Gravedigger.
I wish you could have seen your crew chief, Matt Gaughan's face when you did those Cyclone sidewall donuts. Tyler, when it really counted, you came out here, you laid down a fantastic run, and you have won the skills challenge.
You know what? I'm not a 6-time series champion for no reason, Pittsburgh, and I'm here to show you why. We're not done yet. That was two-wheel skills, but I got one more thing I'm here for. We won racing. We won two-wheel skills. Win, lose, or draw for freestyle. I don't care what place I come in. I'm here to freestyle for you Gravedigger fans. You guys have waited years and years for a stadium show, and here we are, and I'm going to give it to you. So Pittsburgh, get loud if you're ready for freestyle, baby.
Next up, two-time World Finals Freestyle champion, Jim Kohler, Avenger. Over the log.
Wow, let's hear it for Jim Kohler, Avenger. Let us know what you think. Head to JudgesZone.com and lock in those scores. 20 seconds.
Jim Kohler showing you why he's a two-time World Finals Freestyle champion and a 7-time Extreme Air Award winner. The Super Glue, glue to the action replay. Here is some big air up over the pod, end over end, wheelie on the landing, and then comes right into the pod, into the 8-pack, absolutely decimates it. Great 8-pack backflip for Jim Kohler, puts that front right BKT right into the pod. A little extra oomph on the landing, and then he tries to go over it again, tries to bicycle his way over the 8-pack, and ends up ending the run. But you get your first look at the 8-pack backflip tonight in Monster Jam Freestyle.
The scores are locked in. Your score to be 8.874 from Jurassic Attack. And your score for Avenger is 8.563, puts it in second.
Well, we are off to a wild start here in the freestyle competition, and we're going to catch up with the crew chief of El Toro Loco, Daniel Lopez, and he's going to help us talk about some really important components here in freestyle. Specifically, we're going to talk about the shocks. In freestyle, when these trucks are getting 20, 30, 40 feet off of the air, Daniel, talk to us about the role that the shocks play and how, as a crew chief, you can adjust to some of those settings to really a driver's preference.
Yeah, the drivers have different preferences. Some like it soft, some like it stiff. So usually when they jump, it compresses. Some get a bad rebound, sometimes they don't. I mean, it's just the way it goes sometimes.
It has been such a solid season for you and your teammate Armando Castro. I was talking with Julian Ramos, crew chief for Zombie earlier, and I said, your truck has been like a steel tank out there on the track for the vast majority of the season. I can say the same thing about El Toro Loco. Talk to us about what you do as a crew chief to make sure that truck is always in the best condition it can be out there on the track.
I just check everything on that truck, make sure every nut and bolt is tight, make sure it has enough fuel, the shock turns are in, and then just talk with him, communicate with him, make sure that we go out there and have a blast, send the truck to the moon, break it in half, we'll see what happens.
Well, I saw you guys in the back during halftime, kind of figuring some things out as we head into freestyle. Since this is the last event of the season, does Armando plan to just go out there and literally and figuratively leave everything out there on the track?
We're trying to finish strong, have some momentum going into our finals. This is the last event point series before our finals, so we're going to try to have some momentum going into our finals. So we'll try our best and see what happens.
Well, Daniel, thank you so much. As always, such fantastic insight. And in just a few moments, we're going to get back to the freestyle competition. We've got so much more action coming your way.
That was bad.
BKT overall event leaderboard up there. Of course, the perfect first half there for Tyler Menega and Gravedigger with 24 points. El Toro Loco right behind him with 18 points. Jurassic Attack, Mayhem, Lucas Stabilizer, and Thunder Roars round out your top five. But who we don't see in that top five is Bari Musauer and Zombie there for the chase for the overall event championship. So let's talk a little, Scott, about where we need to see Bari Musauer and Zombie here in freestyle. I know we talked that there were some different circumstances and variables when it comes to freestyle. Of course, Tyler Menega and Gravedigger is going ahead of Bari Musauer and Zombie, but Bari really needs to come out here and lay a burner of a rundown.
There is another scenario that would see Tyler Menega finishing in 12th, but still getting 1 point, still getting a score, getting that 1 point, but Bari would still have to win freestyle, get the 12. That would basically give him the series championship. They would tie, theoretically, with series points, but it's still a very long shot here, and freestyle would break the tie. Bari, of course, as you mentioned, 6-4 over Tyler. It would be a 7th win for him. So those are really the two scenarios. Tyler doesn't get a score. Tyler finishes last, does get 1 point. Bari has to win in both scenarios to make it happen.
We're close to seeing these two freestyle, but coming up next, it is Kevin Crocker, Megalodon. 30 seconds on the clock, lining up for the Morgan & Morgan backflip. Can he save it? Let's go! 20 seconds left.
Make some noise for Kevin Crocker, Megalodon. Scoring is open. JudgesZone.com. Let's lock in those scores. You got 20 seconds.
Kevin Crocker saving his best for last on the original Super Glue. Glue to the action replay. Big floater jump comes off again. This time gets the front end down. Big air after big air from Megalodon, setting up the Morgan & Morgan backflip, and he wasn't done here. Goes over twice, rotates it, back-to-back flip there on a great bounce. Makes the save of the night so far. And Kevin Crocker with the best freestyle run of his 2025 season.
Pittsburgh, you are locked in right now with the scores. Score to beat Jurassic Attack 8.874. Your score for Megalodon is 9.020. We got a new leader, Kevin Crocker, Megalodon. Up next, this is Mike Christensen, Vendetta. We got 25 seconds left. Lands a backflip. 15 seconds left on the clock.
Let's hear it for Mike Christensen, Vendetta. Let's lock in those scores. 20 seconds, JudgesZone.com.
Mike Christensen, Vendetta laying it down. Check out the video board. Started to build some momentum here. Comes right off the ramp, the backside of that berm, clears it. And then the biggest air of the run right there, going at greasing the wheels. Here's your Morgan & Morgan backflip from Mike Christensen. And he continued on with the run. Another great angle as he sends it hot there, right there. Coming in with a great degree with the truck in the middle of those chalk lines. Lands it beautifully, then goes in for the donut. You're going to see that back left wheel, the planetary gear locked up, not moving. Still able to get a few revolutions in there. And a great run for Mike and Vendetta.
Scores are in. Take a look at the video board. Your score for Vendetta, 7.940.
Out of Itasca, Illinois, this is Camden Murphy, Classroom Crusher.
We got 30 seconds on the clock. He hits the Morgan & Morgan backflip, lands it into the popper moonwalk.
Let's hear it for Camden Murphy, Classroom Crusher. Let's lock in those scores. Pittsburgh, 20 seconds are on the clock. JudgesZone.com.
Camden Murphy making it a point to try to shed as much of that Classroom Crusher body as possible. Here is the replay. Comes up over the car stack. Big air on the transfer back onto the pod. Barely, almost clears it there. Comes over again the other side this time. And then he's going to make a decision with about 20 seconds left to go for the backflip. As we continue to see the air and the momentum building up, here's the backflip. Gets a full rotation, ends up into a moonwalk combo move. So a great catch for Camden Murphy, the terrible towel flying out of the bus. And this is the biggest performance by a bus in Pittsburgh since Jerome Bettis ruled this city. Camden Murphy, Classroom Crusher, getting it done with a Morgan & Morgan backflip ramp.
All right, your scores are locked in. Take a look at the video board. Your score is an 8.533. Puts him in fourth here for Classroom Crusher. On deck, we've got El Toro Loco, Gravedigger, Zombie, Mayhem, Lucas Stabilizer, Thunder Roars, and Axe. With Kevin Crocker and Megalodon still holding at the top, 9.020. Jurassic Attack Avenger, Classroom Crusher, and Vendetta round out your 5 competitors. We've got more Monster Jam Freestyle here. Of course, we are 1 truck away before we were going to see Gravedigger and Zombie go 7th and 8th. Of course, El Toro Loco on deck next. Gravedigger will be in that 7th position, and Zombie being in that 8th position here for Freestyle. So those 7th and 8th drivers, you are definitely not going to want to leave your seats for those. That will determine who is crowned our series season's champion. Acrisure Stadium, you ready for more freestyle? Coming up next, out of Whittier, California, two-time World Finals champion, it is Armando Castro, El Toro Loco. Seconds left. He goes for the Morgan and Morgan backflip. Back into a moonwalk. 41 seconds left on the clock. Twisted turns in the air. Cartwheel. 33 seconds. Clock is paused at 31 and it is done. We are holding off this.
Let's hear it for Armando Castro, El Toro Loco. 20 seconds, Pittsburgh. What will it be? Let us know, judgeszone.com.
Armando Castro, El Toro Loco with a big cartwheel save in his run. Got the backflip. Here's the Morgan backflip. And then it goes right into a moonwalk. Skills competition, freestyle, all in one here. For the young man out of Whittier, California, pushes off the trench box move. Then he goes for the wow moment right here. Big air, jumps it, cartwheel save. And that'll do it for Armando Castro. El Toro Loco getting perhaps the save of the night in freestyle.
Scores are in for El Toro Loco. Let's take a look. He's in the 5th spot right now. You give him a score of 8.278.
Monster Jam fans, it's time to spin the Monster Jam wheel. Let's put it up and see what it lands on this time. It's the Simba Cam. Get those babies up. Hold them up. Let's see them. Yeah. Thank you so much for spinning the Monster Jam wheel. Let me hear you, Pittsburgh, if you're ready for more freestyle.
If Tyler Medica gets a 7.941, he would win the series championship with this run. So please welcome our current event leader, Tyler Medica, Gravedigger.
makes time. He will get a score. Some conservative driving right now from Tyler Menega, Gravedigger, as he continues on with 75 seconds left. Morgan backflip with 28 seconds left. It is time to rip and roar for Gravedigger. He continues on with the big save and run. 10 seconds left.
Make some noise for Tyler Menega, Gravedigger. Wow, what did you guys think? Let us know. JudgesZone.com. 20 seconds.
So Tyler Menega had 2 minutes to pay dirt. He makes the most of it, leaves 18 seconds on the clock as he gets out. Show him some love, Tyler Menega in Gravedigger. Again, that score he needs to win the series is at least a 7.941. He gave you a backflip and 2 saves. Is it enough to win the competition? Is it enough to win what will be his Monster Jam record 7th series championship?
We are moments from finding out your score to beat. Score to beat right now is Jurassic Attack 8.874. Your score for Tyler Menega and Gravedigger is Pittsburgh! We have just crowned a series seasons champion, and with that big score, Tyler Menega and Gravedigger will be now a 7-time series seasons champion here for Stadium Championship Series East. Do not leave, because following today's event, we are going to be crowning our series seasons champion, Tyler Menega and Gravedigger. Matt, we're going to catch up with Tyler just a little bit later, but I want to talk to you because during that freestyle run, you were cheering your teammate on, you were hyping him up. What is the emotion that you're feeling right now after such a challenging season, finally taking home this series season championship?
I've been waiting all year for this truck to go out there and run like that. I've put my heart and soul into building that truck. To finally come out here and do this in the final show of the year is huge. It means so much for me for it to be able to do this. I'm so thankful for this time.
Guys, let's go ahead and give this guy a round of applause for all of the hard work that they have put in this year. Let's give it up for crew chief of Gravedigger, Matt Gahn. Big hugs all around there from Tyler Menega, Gravedigger, and Matt Gahn, his crew chief. Now he is a 7-time series seasons champion, Scott, and we did it right here in Pittsburgh.
And Tyler Menega has now punched his ticket to World Finals 24. He will compete for a 3rd, 4th, 5th, or 6th even World Finals championship July 4th weekend in Salt Lake City.
So we have now our BKT overall event leaderboard, and now we have our freestyle competition leaderboard. Tyler Menega and Gravedigger takes the top spot away from Kevin Crocker and Megalodon with that 9.063, and that punched his ticket to Monster Jam World Finals and is now our series seasons champion of Stadium Championship Series East. And what a phenomenal season for Tyler Menega and Gravedigger. But we're going to continue on. We got a lot more freestyle left. Put those zombie arms together for Bari Musar Zombie.
looks to the Morgan & Morgan backflip. Lands it back into a moonwalk. 47 seconds left on the clock for Zombie.
Let's hear it for Bari Musauer, Zombie. Scoring is now open. JudgesZone.com. What is your pick for Zombie?
Bari Musauer still trying to get his series-leading 7th freestyle win of the season. As we take a look at the original Super Glue glued to the action replay. Kept building from one jump to another, building momentum for big air after big air right here. The Morgan & Morgan backflip for Zombie. And then Bari Musauer comes in and goes for it. Full revolution, full rotation of the truck. And then here, big time air for a big time superstar. And then the biggest air of the night perhaps in freestyle right here. The sky wheelie, the brake check, and the slap wheelie combo. Taking everybody in Pittsburgh to slap wheelie city. Bari Musauer and Zombie getting it done.
Scores are locked in. Your score to be 9.063. Gravedigger, your score for Zombie is... You gave him a score of 9.097. We got a new leader.
Dub out of Columbus, Michigan, it's Chris Kohler and Mayhem.
Let's hear it for Chris Kohler, Mayhem. 20 seconds on the clock. Let's lock in those scores. JudgesZone.com.
Chris Kohler, Mayhem, putting an exclamation point on the 2025 Monster Jam season with a great run. Looking for his 3rd freestyle win in what has been Mayhem's debut year. After coming in a Monster Mutt, winning the Rookie of the Year, now in Mayhem. Here's the original Super Glue glued to the action replay of Chris Kohler. Jumping everything he can get those 4 BKT tires on, goes off to the left, pushes off The back flip ramp nearly goes over again. Is able to catch it on the back two wheels, gets a nice bounce, and then right there, the smoke, the transmission started to heat up, goes bye-bye. And that is it for Chris Kohler, but a phenomenal run from Mayhem and Chris Kohler.
Scores are locked in for Mayhem. You give him a 7.768, good enough for 9th position. We're going to take a look at the freestyle competition leaderboard. Barmy Sour Zombie is currently sitting on top of the leaderboard, 9.097, followed by Gravedigger, Megalodon, Jurassic Attack Avenger, and Classroom Crusher are your top 6. On deck, we got Lucas Stabilizer, Thunder Roars, and Axe yet to freestyle. Of course, again, do not leave because we are going to crown our series season's champion, Tyler Miniga and Gravedigger, with the trophy presentation. We're going to take a look at the BKT overall event leaderboard, and that is Gravedigger. He's been perfect in the first half of Monster Jam action. El Toro Loco right behind him with 18 points. Jurassic Attack, Mayhem, Lucas Stabilizer, and Thunder Roarus. That is your top 6 here in the chase for the overall event championship here for the very last time for Stadium Championship Series East in the 2025 season. Pittsburgh, are you ready to see some more freestyle? Get those trucker horn signals going for Cynthia Gauthier, Lucas Stabilizer. .28 seconds left on the clock. It is counting down. Goes high off the Morgan & Morgan backflip, continues on her run. 16 seconds left.
Make some noise for Cynthia Gauthier, Lucas Stabilizer. 20 seconds on the clock. Lock in those scores, judgeszone.com.
The 2019 World Finals Freestyle Champion, showing you how much she can do in freestyle, Cynthia Gauthier. Lucas Oil, the high jump champion, back in Orlando at World Finals. Has extreme air like the best of them. Here's the original Super Glue to the Action replay. Comes right over the backside of the berm, over the pod. Big air again. And Lucas stabilizing the 12,000-pound semi up over the Pittsburgh skyline. Morgan to Morgan backflip. Gets the back two wheels down in the front. Beautiful position on the landing. See exactly where she's at. All she's got to do is turn the wheel slightly, and she is right in line for her next jump. Cynthia Gauthier, Lucas stabilizer, with a great freestyle run tonight.
Scores are locked in. 7.874 puts her in the 9th spot here in freestyle.
Well, we're up in crew seating with Bari Musauer, driver of Zombie. And Bari, we know that Gravedigger has clinched the series championship, but you've got to feel so proud of everything that you've done this season. You and your crew chief, Julian Ramos, extremely consistent out there on the track, and right now you're still leading freestyle.
You know, I couldn't have done this without my crew. You know, the Monster Jam crew, Julian, all the guys, Contrail, that turn wrenches on these trucks to let us go and play in the dirt like we do and push these trucks to the limit. You know, it's all for these guys. We had a blast out here today. My family back home watching on YouTube. My wife, love you, babe. Cairo, I know you guys are cheering me on at home. We had to close out the season with a bang. I want redemption, though. Hopefully I get put on the same tour as Tyler next season. He's probably arguably the best driver on the planet Earth right now. So to be that close to that guy, I'll take it. You know, it's just been a great season. We're having fun with my friends here at Monster Jam. But I got one more question. Pittsburgh, you guys want to see more freestyle? Make some noise!
Our next competitor, two-time World Finals champion, Colt Stevens, Thunder Auroras. .65 seconds on the clock. Morgan to Morgan backflip. Clock is paused with 50 seconds left while we see if Colt Stevens can refire Thunder Auroras. And we are going for more freestyle.
Let's hear it for Colt Stevens, Thunder Auroras. Scoring is open, judgeszone.com, Pittsburgh. What did you think? 20 seconds.
Colt Stevens, Thunder Auroras, my former broadcast partner, spent 2 years with me in the booth, has come out and won 2 World Finals championships. And he is trying to get the freestyle win tonight, take it away from Zombie as he gets out. Give it up for Colt Stevens, Thunder Auroras.
An awesome freestyle there by Colt Stevens Thunder Roars. Your scores are locked in. We're going to take a look at the video board. You give him an 8.5 to 4. Good enough to put him in the 7th spot. We are coming down to our final driver once again. Don't go anywhere. We're going to crown an overall event champion and our series seasons champion, who will get that automatic bid to Monster Jam World Finals 24, happening July 4th weekend, Salt Lake City, Utah, at Rice-Eccles Stadium, as we take a look at the replay up on the video board.
Coach is building momentum here, gets a wheelie across the ramp, brings it right back down, shedding that Thunder Roar's body, and there's your score to beat. Mario Musauer Zombie 9.097, Gravedigger in second, Megalodon third, Jurassic Attack in fourth, and Avenger currently rounding out the top 5 with one more truck still to come in freestyle.
So we are going to crown our St. Jude Ambassador of the Night. Remember, your donations linked to your favorite driver is how we are going to crown this winner. And take a look at the video board with 85% of the donations going on behalf of this guy, Joe Foley, driver of X. So congratulations to him. And of course, congratulations to all of you. And we thank you so much for donating to St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. And of course, we're going to get things underway here with our very last driver here in just a moment. Don't forget that score to beat, 9.097, Zombie. Reminder on the overall event champion, it is on the championship on the line there, Tyler Meninga and Gravedigger, 24 points. He was perfect in the first half. El Toro Loco right behind him, 18 points. Of course, Jurassic Attack, 17 points. Mayhem with 16. Lucas Stabilizer with 15. And then is shared also by Thunder Roarus with 15 points. So that's where we stand right now in the BKT overall event leaderboard and the chase for the overall event championship. Big shout out to our JCB Dirt Squad here. Of course, big shout out to JCB, our official equipment provider of Monster Jam. They're out here using that JCB equipment to, of course, help us recover all these Monster Jam trucks, but they use the JCB equipment as well to make sure that our track is built. We are coming down to the very last driver. Some of you might know him as Joe Foley, but we like to call him Freestyle Foley. He is the driver of X. Clock is paused at 43 seconds for Joel Foley and Axe. What a wild freestyle. And I'm getting word that it is a broken sway bar that will end his run here for Joel Foley and Axe.
Let's hear it for Joe Foley, guys, and Axe. JudgesZone.com scoring is open. 20 seconds.
Joe Foley, give it up for Freestyle Foley in Axe. Had a beautiful run building up to the sway bar, got him one save after another, had all the momentum, all the throttle rhythm. Here's the original super glue to the action replay. The volunteer firefighter in Axe just skying the truck out here in Pittsburgh. Just kept going. Here's a save right there, bicycling his way across that step up, and then gets another save, comes back on the other side of the track, clips the back two wheels, almost goes right into the container, ends up saving it. Another big jump here, and then the sway bar breaks on Axe, and Joe Foley's run is done. What a great way to finish out the 2025 season.
Scores are locked. Your score for Axe is an 8.704, which means your freestyle winner is Barry Musauer Zombie. So we're going to add those points there as we get set to crown an overall event champion here tonight. Of course, you see up on the video board, perfect in the first half of Monster Jam. 11 points there for the freestyle competition. And with 35 points, that will be Tyler Menninga and Gravedigger. And with that, we now crown our series seasons champion here at Stadium Championship Series East. Not only is he our winner, but he will get an automatic bid to Monster Jam World Finals happening in Salt Lake City, Utah, July 4th weekend. From Oskaloosa, Iowa, he is now a 7-time Series Seasons champion. Make some noise for Tyler Menninga, Gravedigger.
Wow, what a night for Team Gravedigger. Tyler, yes, you have won the overall event championship, but we want to talk series championship. There have been years where you clinched the victory early, where you were points and points and points ahead of everybody else. But this was not that year. This was a year of perseverance for you, a year of patience for you and your crew chief, Matt Gahn. You guys dealing with issues on the truck, trying to figure that out over weeks at a time, but you never gave up. It was a fight to the finish. What a celebration on the track. Tyler, does that make this 7th series championship that much more sweet?
You know what? It really does. And you know what? I don't know if there's ever been another team out there that's won a series championship after blowing a motor and missing a whole event. Jacksonville, Florida, I knew it wasn't over, but I knew we had to work really hard after that. We had truck problems all year. This guy works his hands to the bone on that truck, and he's the one that makes it happen. You know what? Without him, I've had him for 3 years. We are undefeated on series championships since me and him have been together. I'm so proud of this guy, and I'm glad to have him on my team. You know what? Pittsburgh, this was awesome. For the first time ever at this stadium, to be able to cap it off and win this series championship right in front of you guys here. I love it, man. I can't wait to come back. Thank you, everybody, for your support. Mom, Dad, Grandma, I know you're watching at home. We did it, baby. 7-time series champions. We'll see you in Salt Lake, and I'm coming back for more.
Congratulations to Tyler Menninga and Gravedigger, our Series Seasons champion of Stadium Championship Series East and you got to be a part of that big history here tonight, so we want to thank you as well for joining us.
Oh, it's been awesome to be here in Pittsburgh at the home of the Steelers. Now I have to go back to Baltimore and apologize to all of my friends back there, but what a great time we've had. The city's been amazing, the fans have been amazing, and the entire Steelers organization, everybody here at Acrisure as well. Tyler Menninga punches his ticket to World Finals. To find out who's going to join him, join me Monday night at 8 p.m. live on YouTube for the rest of the lineup.
We cannot wait to see it, and of course, you can go on YouTube right now at SoFi Stadium Championship Series West is well underway. They are going to crown their series season's champion here tonight, and then all 5 series will be done, correct?
And then we are heading to Salt Lake City for the biggest event of the year. You can get your tickets at monsterjam.com. But Kay, it's been awesome being up here. You and I brought Monster Jam back to a live event in Arlington 5 years ago, and here we are again.
I love it. It's a great way to end things here for Stadium Championship Series East. Once again, on behalf of Jabari Thomas and KCG, I'm Kay Young. This is Scott Jordan. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I'm Scott Jordan. This is Kay Young.
We hope you had fun, and we hope to see you at Salt Lake City, Utah for Monster Jam World Finals 24.